And namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do hit the button and the bell to make sure that you get your notifications. Well, you can't really make sure on my channel. I've had some problems and some foolishness where people who want to get notifications do not. But that's why I especially need you to hit the button and the bell if you do want notifications. And I appreciate it. I'll thank you in advance for doing all of that. So, better late than never, I promise. Taurus, this is your bi-weekly reading. And it is by far the most interesting spread that I've laid thus far of any of the other zodiac signs. And I only have one more to do, and that's Aries. So I've done the other 9. And yeah, this is the most interesting by far. And it's the only one that I've had to lay additional clarifiers for. So I got a lot to share with you guys. So the card that's in this placement that I have here, which for me is the one that most directly represents your energy, is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card that I like. It, for me, is about abundance that is earned first and foremost. So this can be in relation to spirituality as an ascension and growth, material and financial gain, love and relationship, any and all forms of abundance. That you have done something, whether it is through your labors here, right, some sort of works, or through your karma. Right? When I say you earned it, it doesn't have to be that you earned it through something laborious. It can be through your karma. And maybe you weren't keeping track of all the good stuff that you did, but the universe does, right? That they say God knows, right? So you're being rewarded, or you're up for reward, for honor, recognition, promotion, raise, increase. In the placement that maybe a little less directly, if at all, affects you, it's the one I call the surrounding energy, is Major Arcana 2, the High Priestess. So again, this can be your energy, but maybe a little bit more less directly than the Three of Pentacles, or it can be that of people you work with. I'm crossing this one now because this is my work and finance placement. People with whom you are in romantic relationships. This is the love and relationship placement. Friends, family members, High Priestess. What does the High Priestess mean in this placement? Well, since I said that the Three of Pentacles is about cooperation and teamwork, yeah, she means that in this placement. She's sitting here, and my first thought about it is that it's spiritual for a lot of you, and you're going to have to cooperate with spirit. You're going to have to cooperate with the universe, with God. It's saying that whatever spiritual practices that, you know, you follow or are considering following, you need to do it on a more regular and or consistent basis and really get into it. Because if you want to evolve, you want to grow spiritually, like I said, the Three of Pentacles can very much be about you doing, then we gotta put aside or remove ourselves from the distractions and make more of a commitment. And that's easy for you guys. You guys are planners. You guys are all about, you know, laying it out, thinking ahead, and then committing. And so sort of very methodical people. And that slow and steady wins the race. Consistent growth, little by little by little, we'll get there. We're in no rush. And so take that and apply it in a spiritual way, because you really have to find time to, you know, go within, do some introspection, and sort of like retreat and break away from the world. You deserve that, Taurus. All work and no play and no spiritual growth is not only going to make you dull, but it's going to make you, you know, weary. We need all aspects of health. We need balance in all areas of health. So that spiritual health is going to be super important for you guys. And so you do think about it as something that is, you know, as important and vital to your health and well-being as, you know, eating breakfast, lunch, and or dinner, and drinking water, exercising, and I don't know what else is important. Sleep, all those things, until you put it in the same kind of category that, this is, your spirit's going to be restless. Now, for some of you, this Three of Pentacles is more directly tied to your work, and maybe the High Priestess is too. High Priestess could be somebody with whom you work. Somebody that you should allow to help you to reach your goals, achieve your goals. And because again, if you're on a team, then you have a common goal. It's a shared goal. So you both want to reach the end, and you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to go it alone. And I'm feeling that although this is your energy, this is the Three of Pentacles, and Pentacles represent earth signs. I'm feeling that you maybe in that respect are a little more air sign like, or at least Gemini like, maybe because, you're right before the sign of Gemini in the zodiac, and you'd rather go it alone. Like you don't necessarily want to ask for help, Taurus. That's what I'm getting. And you know what? That's what the High Priestess is probably saying to me, because she is in fact a Gemini. Also in the tarot can represent water signs. And her card number is even the Gemini symbol. And, she moves in silence. She can be considered a very mysterious person, and she's methodical too. And she comes up with a plan by, thinking about everything, considering her intuition first and foremost, her wisdom, common sense, street smarts, and she puts it all together. And what am I going to do? And when she decides what she's going to do, like an earth sign does, right? They may make a plan. They're methodical. When she decides what she's going to do, she doesn't necessarily share that plan. She moves in silence. So there may be someone, maybe with whom you're working, who wants to help you reach your goals. And the three of you can get together very quietly and make some real waves in a positive way at the office and really wow them, at the office, as they say. Because the Seven of Pentacles, which is representing your position of work and finance, is something that says it's time that you had a return on your investment. So like you have been doing the work, and you have been putting your energy out there, and you have been making a real effort, which is indicative of, again, the Three of Pentacles. It's a worker energy. So like, where's my money? Like, where's all the benefit that I am due for all of this effort, this energy that I put in, this investment that I've made, whether it's in, my own company or it's working for somebody else? Where is the return on it? If you're having trouble achieving that return on your own, that may be where the High Priestess comes in. If this is not another person, it can absolutely be you, and representative of your need to pay more attention, again, to your spiritual side in terms of even your 3D life and your work. Pay attention to that spiritual side. Listen to within your intuition, your gut feelings. What is it all telling you about maybe what you're working and where you're working, perhaps? Is it paying off? Do you need to ask for a promotion? Do you need to ask for a raise? Do you need to look for a new job? Do you need to start your own company? Are you getting a return on all of Taurus's very valuable energy that they've been putting out there? But unlike a Gemini, this is not something you want to rush to do. You want to be your good-natured, slow and steady wins the race Taurian self, right? Don't try to rush it. A Gemini might go off half-cocked. Some of you may be Cuspian, so watch out for that part. You are going to want to be the earth sign, move like an earth sign. So move like a Gemini too, like the High Priestess, in terms of in silence. You don't need to announce to everybody what you're doing. Just make the grand presentation and wow them, all right? But plan and follow the steps. Don't try to jump to the end. That's what a Gemini might try to do. Now, in terms of love and relationship, or it doesn't have to be love and relationship. In general, for the tarot, for me, any card that is a 3, that equals 3, may have to do with what I call a party of 3. And that's inclusive of love triangles. It doesn't have to be a love triangle, but it could be. And so with this Three of Pentacles crossing your love and relationship area. And with what I pulled for that area, I think some of you did experience some sort of party of three. You were stabbed in the back, or you felt stabbed in the back. You felt betrayed. You had a breakup, and so you felt lost. You felt hurt. And for some of you, it's not that long ago, and there's potential for you to reconcile with this partner, with this person with whom it did it. And maybe you weren't really betrayed, but that's how you feel. So it could be a misunderstanding too, because again, the High Priestess is mysterious, and we have it sitting here atop your love and relationship issue. So this High Priestess could be representative of your mate, and if so, well, for one thing, the High Priestess is highly attractive to multiple people, so that could be where the three is coming in too, and where a party of three is, but also mysterious and secretive, not necessarily to be malicious. It could be completely inadvertent. And so there may have been some sort of misunderstanding in a relationship that caused you to feel betrayed, to distrust your partner, to be hurt, to feel lost, to want a break, that led to a breakup, an argument, discord. However, like I said, I pulled a clarifier right away when we got the 10 of Swords in your love and relationship position, because I said, oh, no, nobody wants to see that. And it is Major Arcana card 17, the Star, which is all about our prayers being answered, our dreams coming true, our wishes being granted. And it's also about communication. Now, specific to love, the Star is about remaining optimistic. So Taurus, I think some of you have been hurt in general, and because of that, you're evasive. You're the mysterious one. You're evasive when it comes to love. You're afraid to cooperate. You're afraid of that teamwork. You do want to go it alone like a Gemini. I'm not going to give somebody my whole heart because this happens. This has the potential to happen. So I don't want to take a risk. But the Star shows up to tell you to be optimistic. And I'm going to tell you the same thing, because there's a lot of soulmate energy here. And if not soulmate, just really good, genuinely caring and nurturing and possibly in love with you energy here that may specifically belong to a Scorpio with whom you're interested. With the King of Cups sitting here, there's another. I pulled 3 additional clarifiers, not specifically of the 10 of Swords, but of your relationship in general, your position of love and relationship. And those 3 cards are the Page of Cups in reverse. So you can look at it kind of literally, and like love turned upside down. The King of Cups upright. And the 9 of Wands upright. So again, in consideration of the High Priestess, for example, High Priestess as it relates to love can also be about different people, or people from different backgrounds, so to speak, being attracted to one another. A situation where, you're very different. Different ideologies, different ages. We got a Page here and we got a King here. Maybe one is a lot younger than the other. Maybe, there's different spiritual practices, right? With the 3 of Pentacles here, it looks like somebody is, officiating something. We have like a monk type person here, and he's got like important documents in his hand, and there seems to be a page that's working on something, and someone else that is, standing over the situation. Maybe that's representing one person's spiritual practice or religious beliefs, but the other mate has different ones. There could be all kinds of things, just maybe they're same sex, a Page and a King. Did I say that one already? No, I think I said different ages. So whatever. And the reason I said maybe specifically Scorpio, oh, wow. Okay. I'm seeing something else, is because your overall energy is Major Arcana card Death, also upright, which does represent the sign of Scorpio. But not only that, it's also about transition and letting go. So again, I think some of you are holding on to old hurt, past hurt, and that's preventing you. It's blocking you from love now, from a King of Cups, which again is somebody who genuinely cares for you and wants to love you, wants to nurture you, and is super generous and and loving, basically. Now, when I picked up Major Arcana card Death, I didn't know this was here, but also upright is the Two of Cups. And this Two of Cups does look like it's potentially same sex. I can't necessarily tell. These people are kind of androgynous. So I'm not sure what's going on there either. But that may be, like I said, one of the things that we're trying to avoid addressing about ourselves or about our situation when the High Priestess is sitting here above love. But I just think a bunch of you are like keeping yourself from love. Some of you may experience some sort of sexual trauma, maybe in your past, as a child, a page, with sacral chakra being here, the overall energy of the angel therapy cards. I did some readings a couple weeks ago, like the weekly general and the weekly love, all around sacral chakra blockages and or overactive sacral chakra. I just felt imbalance in that area, and a lot of it was coming up because of like past traumas, sometimes specifically sexual trauma. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So I think that you may be avoiding like relationships in general, some of you, maybe because you experienced some sort of trauma. But here's the thing, you deserve love. You are lovable. And this is very representative of the sign of Sagittarius. I don't really see any other fire here, but somebody may be connected to a Sagittarius specifically, or have this in your own chart. And I wouldn't normally pick it up and show you because it was upside down, but right behind it is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So between soulmate, the Two of Cups, the King of Cups, the Page of Cups, I got another soulmate card here for you. The overall energy of the Universal Love Oracle for you is also soulmate. You deserve love. And this Ten of Swords and the Star, I just think a lot of you, you know, are avoiding love. You're afraid of being hurt. And so it's like, I'd rather just go it alone. I don't hurt me. So I'd rather just go it alone. I don't want to be part of a team, you know. I don't want to work with anybody else. But in order to be healthy and balanced, and twos, major, you know, may have Major Arcana card 2 here. Twos are representative of balance. Also, we need to, you know, be able to partner with other people and to give, to both give and receive. And love has to be able to pass both ways in order to be healthy. So the Star tells us to be optimistic, tells us to give it another go, tells us in relation to the Ten of Swords that for some of us something happened, and again, it might just be a misunderstanding, but whether it was or not, we're going to be able to reconcile, because that's what we want. That's for what we've prayed. That's for what we've wished. And the love is going to come back to us in a healthier way. It's going to come back to us the way the King of Cups would give it. Who again, maybe a direct water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I'm going to say in that order, because this Page of Cups is very Piscean for me too. So I'm going to say in that order: Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, possibly, maybe even an Aquarius, the water bearer, not necessarily a water sign. That's how they're going to come back to you, real, 100. And in the case of others of you who are just avoiding love, maybe you've recently met somebody and that you could really have a real thing with them, but you're afraid. I'm going to suggest you give them a chance. Some of you will meet somebody over these 2 weeks, and it could be the real deal. So, you know, put down that wall, like drop that barrier that you have guarding you. See how in the Nine of Wands, it kind of looks like that's a fence too, but he stepped out in front of it. You know, that's what I'm asking you guys to do. Be willing to step out, you know, from outside of your fence and be a little bit vulnerable. But that doesn't mean, you know, put your guard down completely and let people walk all over you and mistreat you. But yeah, come on outside and see what's up. You've got the warrior spirit. You've got the ability to persevere and to win, you know, if you're wrong about somebody. So give yourself a chance and give somebody else a chance. So your other overall energies here, King of Earth, which is totally representative of your energy, Taurus, as well as that of Capricorn and Virgo. Generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. So that's going to be in relation to work, relationships, all kinds of opportunities that you're being offered are coming up roses, you know, as it looks like they will. This only scary thing is this Ten of Swords, and I really feel like it's behind you. Upright also behind this King of Earth, when I picked it up, is the Seven of Water. So I think you guys do have options. You have decisions to make, choices. What are you going to do? It's a complex decision. There's a need to do research maybe. Maybe you want to look into somebody. Or you want to look into yourself. You want to do that introspection before you decide, you know, what to do. But whatever it is, stop procrastinating and get out there and do it. Also upright behind it is Major Arcana card Justice, number 8. So you got a lot of 8s going too, because Major Arcana card 17, the star, also equals 8. Justice represents the sign of Libra. Again, some of you may be involved with an air sign. You got Gemini, Aquarius, now Libra showing up here. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. When it relates to love, justice is also about like balance in your love life and perhaps meeting your match, a soulmate type of connection. And justice represents the sign of Libra. Like I said, Libra is ruled by the planet Venus, which is the planet and goddess of abundance. So that's love, money, you know, all the different forms of abundance. She rules all of that. And so she wants you to have balance in those areas. She wants you to have your just due, your justice in those areas. And that's what she's going to bring you. But you got another 8 here. 8s are a very, very karmic number. So it's like karmic energy, these very strong energies over which we have no control. We have our free will to decide what we're going to do with it. You know, like what, now that we found love, what are we going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? You have a right to do whatever you want, to choose yes or no. But as far as the energies that are going on around you, when they're this karmic, we don't have any control over that. And that's what it means when you see all these 8s. So here's another 8. It's the 8 of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded. Also learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. So I'm getting in relation to love or anything that you want, any area in your life in which you want to have growth and evolution, you are going to have to be willing to do the work, put forth the effort. And I know that that's not a big task for you. That's not a big ask for you, Taurians, because again, you have a tremendous work ethic. So you can do this. But sure enough, the next card is upside down. So I wouldn't mention it, but it's the 3 of Air. So it's like another 3 of Swords. There has been some hurt. There has been some pain. There has been some loss. And maybe some lover relationship, you know, they didn't treat you right. They all out mistreated you, betrayed you, hurt you. But you can still be triumphant. This time, you can keep fighting. That's what the 9 of Wands says. You can persevere. And then the 6 of Wands says, yes, you know, it ends in victory. And good news being on its way. Public recognition or awards. And normally I wouldn't pick up this one that's behind it, but I'll show you this time because it's your energy again, the Knight of Earth, who is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, including those to yourself, right? You have a guardian angel, so you're not alone. You need to partner with spirit, cooperate with spirit, like I said in the beginning with relation to the 3 of Pentacles. Lastly, from what I call my hashtag creepy deck, is short term. Now, this can be about delays, right? Pauses, an air of suspension, feeling like you're in limbo, temporary heartbreak, heartache, feelings of loss, betrayal. So it may go right along with this 10 of Swords, but guess what card is behind it? Also upright, communication. So this short term and communication is like an illustration of the 10 of Swords and the Star. Because like I said, the Star is also about communication. Loss, betrayal, break, heartache, communication. Loss, betrayal, heartache, communication. And guess what's right behind that? Also upright. Boom. So yeah, I'm feeling that these connections that are awaiting you, They're super strong, super powerful, and they are legit. They are genuine. But you have to be willing to put forth the effort to see what the person has to offer. As it relates to your finances, otherwise, your overall energy is savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. So again, this is easy for you guys to do, and it goes very well with the Seven of Pentacles. Remember, I said this is about a return on investment. Yeah, this is you investing in yourself, investing in your future. You're setting aside funds. So you can do that, Taurus. And that's what the cards advise you to do. Further advice to the masculine, there's obstacles. I think you can lift these. I think, these are very easily lifted by you. That can be the work that you put into it. I'm going to put forth the effort and pick up this rock from in front of myself. To the feminine, control. You need to cut some cords. And it's probably cords to past hurt, regret, resentment, the inability to forgive. I just can't get over the fact that somebody hurt me before. You need to work on cutting negative cords of attachment and releasing, with the energy of death, negative emotions. Because remember, love awaits you. A positive partnerships await you. But they're blocked as long as you're blocking them with the negative emotions. All right, so you want to let go of that. From the Abundance Oracle to the masculine, your unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. This is another card, card that's describing you partnering and teaming up with God. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas, guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take a divinely guided action and allow these ideas to come fruition. So a divinely guided, leap of faith. And that's, again, what the star is suggesting that you do too. Be optimistic and go for it. Go after these opportunities that are coming your way. Because again, you have the Midas touch. It's going to go your way. From the Abundance Oracle to the feminine, did I not give her a card? Let's take one then. Sever vows of poverty. It's like severing these cords here that you got to cut cords, feminine. Dear one, there's no need to suffer or to sacrifice. Hold the intention of undoing any vows of poverty or self-denial that you may have made, consciously or unconsciously, in any lifetime. As you do so, all of the effects of these vows will be undone for everyone involved in all directions of time. From the Angel Therapy cards to the masculine, solar plexus chakra. It's safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. And that's basically what the cards, again, have been and are directing you to do, is to sort of just like get in the game and be a team player. Feminine, it's like I wrote this card myself. Cut your cords. Yes. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships. Oh, wow. There couldn't be a more resonant card for you. That's going to free you from destructive patterns. So again, you need to be released from the energy of the Ten of Swords. Death needs to come to it, right? You need to transition to a more positive energy. And that's going to help you to continue to ascend as well. It's called transmutation. From the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, divine guidance. We just read a card that said something about taking a divinely guided chance, didn't we? Yeah. All you need to do is to take a divinely guided action. Boom. Isn't that funny? Well, when the moon shows up, it's all about surrender. At least for me. The moon is about feminine energy of surrender. So it's you letting go masculine, being vulnerable, and allowing the universe, allowing spirit to guide you. So it's teaming up with spirit. You got to partner with God, with the universe. I don't know why I'm picking up the feminine's card first, but it's done. For the feminine, from the Angel Tarot, Major Arcana card 15, Ego, which is the devil in the traditional tarot. A false sense of entrapment. Yeah, you're not stuck. You're not stuck. You can cut those cords. You're maybe being overly focused on material things, some of you, and then maybe why we were also guided to sever our vows of poverty. And you got to release negative or fear-based thoughts. Those are the things that I described a few minutes ago. Again, like ego, pride, resentment, regret. Major Arcana card 15, ego also or the devil also represents the sign of Capricorn, fellow earth sign Capricorn, and can be your energy too, as an earth sign, as well as that of Virgo. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, it's another 9 of fire. Another 9 of wands. Was that other? Oh yeah, one of the clarifiers that I pulled was a 9 of wands. So now there are 2 here for you guys, especially the masculine. You are guided to keep on fighting. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Maybe a relationship. Maybe it's you who needs to apologize or to forgive and let somebody back in. You created a situation before. Something happened. It was temporary, right? The temporary pause, short term, and we can fix it. We can communicate and move on. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. From the Universal Love Oracle to the feminine, that's what I didn't pick up before. It is healing sounds. So there's more moon. There's more need to surrender. It's like more feminine energy of surrender. And then we have a feminine nude body here, which also for me is representative of vulnerability and surrender and letting go. Because you cannot be more vulnerable than this, right? Than when you're completely bare and nude. Also, healing sounds may be some of the things like I described. Like it doesn't have to be your favorite genre of music, although it can be. It doesn't have to be binaural tones or guided meditation. What if it's just like, I'm sorry. I forgive you. I love you. Aren't those healing sounds too? So I think that that's what some of us need to hear here. And that's what's going to, that communication is what is going to bring us back together with a potential, or bring us together, period, with a potential soulmate or maybe even twin flame divine union relationship. Either we meet somebody in the future if we're positive and open-minded and optimistic, or we heal a relationship, repair a relationship, and reconcile with somebody if we're positive and open-minded and optimistic, and let go of all of the negative emotion, negative cords of attachment, and use them to further ourselves, right, through transmutation to help us to ascend. From the romance oracle to the masculine, it is children. Your love life is being affected by children. Sometimes the page for me is representative of children. Maybe the person with whom you had a difficulty is the parent of your other child. Maybe you had a difficulty again as you were a child. Maybe the children is representative of you when you were a child, is when you experienced some sort of trauma that's still coming up in your life now, or it's an obstacle in your life. It pops up in other ways, in other situations, in your relationships. It could be representative of siblings. That could be what the children is, or something that happened to you and or other members of your family, like your siblings, when you guys were children. Something can also be about newness, like an empress kind of energy, something new being born. Like where there's death, there's always new, also new beginnings, new starts. And for the feminine, wow, speaking of new starts and reconciliation, a new start in an existing relationship or a relationship that had been existed, it is anew, it is renewed. Someone from your past is returning to your life. I hope that you guys have enjoyed your bi-weekly reading. I will be back to do it again for you in another 2 weeks. Do catch your moon and rising sign to get a more full picture. And if you are already involved with somebody, or if you recently met somebody, then you may want to, and you know their sign, you may want to check out their signs reading too, to see if there's any, repeat cards and messages. All right. Thanks again for liking, sharing, and subscribing, and for joining me today. I'll be back soon. Namaste.